Hello everyone, welcome to another Black Clover Saturday. Today we have volume 4 we're going over, and I would say it's probably my second favorite volume as far as they stand now. Mars just hooked me way too much for almost anything to be put above him at this point, but I will say there is one moment in this volume that honestly made me just completely fall for this series. Like, I'm fully committed doing this series every week now just because of that. But anyways, let's get straight into the volume. So it begins off with the guild leaders and magic knights splitting up, each of them covering a different part of the Clover Kingdom, and we get to see each of them have like a moment where they can show off their own magic. The guild leaders get like a full page, and then the lower ranking knights, they each get like a half page just to show off their magic. Noelle's family has like no aura, like it's fake like a BBL. There's nothing about these guys that's like, wow, so astonishing. I can almost forget that they definitely abused their younger sister. No, I don't like y'all. And then we also get Rads. We saw him last volume, but now we get his name and his magic. We get Wraith magic. I thought it was gonna be zombies, if I'm being honest, and it still kind of is. It's not fully zombies. Like, he can't like infect other people. He has to wait until they die. Also, this guy's names are so fucking stupid. We got Jimmy, Alfred, and Carl. I'm not complaining, just great name choice, dude. Also, Rads uses Asta's heroicness against him in this fight, and I feel like this is something we're going to see more of in the future. Asta's someone who doesn't really see the bigger picture. He kind of just thinks in the moment. So if someone is in danger in the moment, he'll save them, even if like in the future, this could lead to a lot more people being in danger. And I feel like that's something that definitely comes back to bite him, similar to him rushing straight into this earlier in the arc. Also, Fugolan is like the most mature character in the series so far. Maybe Yami is a little more mature, but even he's a bit of a goofball. But every word out of this dude's mouth, I'm like watching like a Shakespeare play or some shit, because he does not miss. Even when, like I've said this before in the last video, but even when he uses harsh terminology, like referring to Asta as peasants, he's not being like, oh, Asta is lower than me because he's a peasant. He's using Noelle's brother's terminology to talk down on him, where he's like, not only are you a fucking moron, but even in your own noble beliefs, you are a fucking moron. I'm talk more about him later because I'm still kind of recovering, but I liked him a lot. Also, I really feel like his conversation with Noelle here is going to lead to her getting a really big training arc, finally learning maybe some straight up offensive magic besides having to use a wand. But we'll keep the process slowly moving, and that's kind of what I like about it. It's a slow evolution. And I forgot to mention this in my last video, Charmy snuck in with Asta and Noelle, and she's just kind of here right now. She'll do more later, but just keep that in mind. All the magic knights get teleported away. Honestly, when I saw this for the first time, I thought there was like some prison realm shit going on. Like they got sealed away. But no, they're just straight up like a teleportation thing. And this leads to Yuno having to face an opponent by himself for the first time. We see that the Wizard King is currently missing as well. Well, he went off to just do some Wizard King shit because Julius is just that silly of a dude. Yuno, in his fight with this witch lady, I'll call her, actually ends up unlocking that spell we first saw with Mars. And this here kind of makes me accept the ending of that fight a bit more, because when I first read it, I didn't like it that much. It felt very sudden. But his development here makes me a lot more happier with it, where he loses all his senses, and then only then can he begin to speak to the spirit, which was a great moment. And if this progression continues like this, like if he still doesn't straight up have the power of the spirit yet, and he has to learn how to connect with it even more as it goes on, I'm gonna like that a lot more. And eventually I'll probably just be like, yeah, the fight ending the way it did with Mars made sense in the grand scheme of things. Wow, Charmy is way stronger than I thought she'd be. She fucking punched the hell out of this guy. I thought she was like a kind of like a low tier magic knight. Maybe she'd be a gag character, but no, she's like that. Like, damn. Fugolan enters the fight between Rads and Asta when Asta is like running out of gas. And once again, we get to see his wisdom, where he's like, there's no point in fighting when you're in this state, because the damage it'll do to your body won't be worth the short-term victory you'll get. And I like that. It's like, he's so wise. I fucking hate this manga. Also, I was entirely right about Rad's past. I said that I guarantee his magic being so twisted and evil, everyone is just going to assume the worst of him, and he's not going to get a chance to live up to who he could be in the Magic Knights. And we also get to see the difference of experience. From what I've seen so far, Asta is like really fucking strong, but the reason why he loses out in all these fights with characters whose like physical and base stats are around his level is because he just isn't as experienced enough. So Fugolan is kind of like this goalpost for him, where he's like, when you master your abilities, you can make these split-second decisions and analyses that I do. And this moment right here, this single page is why I'm totally hooked on the series now. The rage you see in Rad's eyes when you can see Fugolan starting to look down on him, that's so perfect. Because it's kind of like what Asta went through, where like, yeah, he was insulted a lot for not having magic, but a lot of people also look down on him for it. When people find something they can pity you for, they stop seeing you as a full person. When they look at you, they only see your shortcomings. And I love this moment here because, like, yeah, him getting kicked out of there for the Wraith magic, that's interesting. That's a cool plot point. I want to see him and Asta have just a conversation. Like, they had a little scuffle here, little jabs at each other, but I want to see them actually have a moment in a fight where they just talk and converse because they are so similar, and I'm really curious what can happen between the two. Rads reveals the true purpose of the attack was to actually go for Fugolan. This made me raise my eyebrow a little bit because, yeah, Fugolan is strong, but there seems to be other people on his level as well, so why him in particular? Is it just like that's what they needed to shift the power? Because I feel like as long as the Wizard King is there, it doesn't make that much of a difference because you'll still have this monster of power lying around. Also, whoever Fugolan saw there, 100% a devil or something devil related, I guarantee it. When we see this dude's face later with like stripes things on his eyes, it reminded me so much of that first page we got in like the first volume when we learned about what the original Wizard King did. And no more postponing it now. Fugolan ends up dying here, and wow, this hit me. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I think I have a better version of it I can show you, because originally I recorded this video the day I finished volume 4, but I had to cut it because my reaction to it was a little emotional. So I'm gonna play you a clip of my original reaction to Fugolan's death. It's just like that. That's how he dies. That's it. Nothing like, it couldn't have been like one of Noelle's siblings or anything like that. Instead, we kill the most mature character we have seen so far. And I guess it makes sense. Yeah, he's the level-headed guy, so the enemy's gonna want to go for him, but just come on. I really wanted to see him with Noelle and Asta more. I feel like he could have been so wise to them. I mean, they have Yami, and I like Yami, but like the dude just be sitting on his ass half the time. And God, poor Leo too. Oh, I didn't even think about fucking Leo. He's gonna have like a 180 character, isn't he? Fuck. I don't even know. I don't even got anything to say. It's just that early. Like this guy, I think it must have been, I could count the number of chapters he was here for.
End of Flashback.
And as Rads and this mysterious figure try to make their escape, we see the water mages from that original few chapters appear again. And then the magic knights end up returning. You could just kick Noelle's family off of here, and I guarantee the double spread would have looked better. Also, I'm not calling them by their last name. I know what it is because it's Noelle's last name as well. They don't deserve that shit. You are Noelle's family. You're not hurt like the clan. I'm not saying your clan name, no. You're just Noelle's family. And the mages, as well as our mysterious, probably devil figure, and Rads end up taking Asta with them as they leave. And this is gonna be like some Sasuke retrieval arc. I already know, but yeah, those are my thoughts on volume 4. I am extremely excited to read the next volume. I am already opening it on my computer because I really want to read it. Well, like and subscribe if you got time. I'll see you guys all next week because I guarantee I will not be missing these. Bye.